Ryker Hutchins has signed with Bethany College. Bethany is located in Bethany, West Virginia, and is a member of the President's Athletic Conference. Ryker will kick for the football team next fall. One of the biggest draws to the school was its size and similarity to Waterford. With a student population of about 640, Bethany is a smaller college, and Ryker is looking forward to meeting a lot of people while he's there. The coaches also made a strong first impression. Ryker talks about what adjustments he'll need to make at the college level and one of his favorite memories while playing for the Wildcats.
I'm definitely going to have to get off the ball faster, kick it faster, kick it farther. Yeah, for sure. Field goals will definitely be a bigger part in college ball. We didn't really use them here, but we could have. They just weren't needed here very much, but just because of how our offense was. But Bethany College will definitely use me as field goal kicker for sure. Definitely beating Strasburg Franklin this year in the playoff game for sure. They came out really cocky, so we just started that game off pretty slow. But once we found our ways in our rhythm, we definitely figured it out pretty well. But